One. Hello, everyone. Say hello to the new subs, which thought I said what instead of one. Good job, subs. You had one job. Welcome to episode 11 of our fantastic vampire series. I cannot believe we've actually got this far. Yeah, I'm quietly excited for tonight. I am going to let everyone introduce themselves, say who they are, who they'll be playing, where you can find them, all the good stuff. I'm going to start with our favourite. I'm going to start with Anna because everybody typed their name into the chat.
Yeah, I already did. Hi, I am Anna or Riley, whichever one you prefer. I use them pronouns, and I am definitely human, just not tonight, because tonight I'm playing a vampire. I am playing Dominic, or cative himbo, he, they pronouns. You can find me anywhere at Peculiar Planets. I'm on pretty much every social media. And, yeah. Tomorrow. Are we doing outros today?
We'll do outros.
Okay, I'll save that for it's fine. It's fine.
There you go. Now you all have to watch the end to see what the outro is.
It's fine. All right, yeah.
We'll go across the overlay. We'll go to Inez.
Oh, hello. Hi, my name's Inez. I use she, her pronouns, and I am your succubus girlfriend with your consent. Tonight, as all nights going forward, I will be playing Valerian, our Ventru, interesting man. Let's just say that. It's very interesting. Yeah, I'm very excited. We're doing outros later, so stick around.
I think wound up man is probably the best way to describe Valerian and half series. We need you know how they do beach episodes normally? What we need is like a spa episode.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
Just Valerian trying to learn what relaxation is.
He doesn't know.
Right, of course he doesn't.
He'll never know.
Right, let's move on down. Let's have Magpie.
Howdy, I'm Magpie. I am playing Altair. He is your local spooky guy, I guess. Ventru. He's trying his best. That's all I have. He's doing his best.
Whether he's succeeding or not, it remains to be seen.
Definitely not.
Last but not least, we have the wonderful, the amazing Blue.
Hello, I'm Blue. I just realized I didn't finish doing my makeup, but that's okay.
I was just there like, hold, they're getting something, hold.
Yeah, my bad.
Keep adding words.
Don't worry about it. You didn't see nothing. Yeah, my brain isn't all here because I'm still super ill. Yay! You can find me online under Sanguis Blue, and tonight, Matthew, I will be playing the Malkavian Leto.
The fact that I get that reference confused me.
Makes you old.
It makes me old. It's like, God damn it! I'm definitely over 30. Right. With all that being said, I will roll our title. And we're back. So, last session, we finally got Leto back. After several nights of doing stuff that we spoke about in DMs that may or may not become relevant in the future or not, to be decided. But they managed to find their way to Kit, who had been duped, if you want to believe it, or coerced into helping the hunters. I don't think anyone believed him when he said he thought they were kindred. You know, look, Kit's got points in brawl. He has got, any points of composure or intelligence or wit or like anything else. He has one job and he does that okay-ish depending on the time of night. He, however, survived. Valerian did not kill him, which is not what me, the storyteller, was expecting. I was expecting who narrates death.
Not yet.
But instead was released to go, quote-unquote, raise an army of rats. What that actually means remains to be seen. What actually comes of that. Dom got a little bit annoyed at the idea that Kit was able to turn people and they weren't. So that conversation came back up again. But now Dom does have permission to turn his mother. It only took 10 episodes to get there. We had a lovely moment with Tristan, who has been slowly losing grip on his sanity. And we learnt that he has been screaming very loudly into the Madness Network, to the point that poor Leto spent half the episode having to listen to it and not know where it was coming from, until Dom kind of messaged them and like connected the dots psychically. But Tristan is now sound asleep. Well, I say sound asleep about as well as you can be for a Malkavian who's trying to rest. It did give away the location of another safe house. This one being just across the British Library, where Leto lives, in quotation marks. And that we know that one of the hunters is a red-headed man named Jamie. And before anyone goes on a nerd binge to all the previous episodes to see if the word Jamie pops up anywhere, it doesn't. And if you want to watch all of them to make sure that I'm wrong, please feel free. It's how we got our YouTube viewing figures up. Because there are some lovely nerds out there that will do that. If you're one of them, please. Please prove me wrong. The night is winding down at this point. Everyone's kind of siphoning off their own kind of machinations for the night. Valerian pulls away from everyone. Where is he going?
Valerian is going down one of the tube tunnels. He's just walking down. And I think once there's an intersection, he takes the one on the right until he eventually reaches not necessarily a dead end, but there is like
a barricade almost.
Yeah, there's barricades like closing it off from another tunnel that is right there. And as Valerian like walks up, a train rushes by in one of those tunnels. And he walks there and he takes off his coat and he hangs it over a chair that's there. And he walks over to the wall and hits a switch, and it's not necessarily as if it's like integrated lighting, but there's like those construction site lamps that they just have there, and those turn on and show a table full of guns and ammo, and then many training dummies and like targets to shoot on. And he just seems to be mumbling to himself as he like loads a handgun. And he's talking about how Lito has been gone this whole time and now she shows her face. Like shit like that. And and then he goes like, and I know Kit is good for nothing, but at least this time he'll show his ass. And then he like points the gun and he starts shooting at multiple of these dummies, hitting some marks, but not doing it very well. And he then like empties his mag and then he throws it to the side and he goes, and all this time I thought he was burned to death. God damn it! And he like loads a new one. And he goes, and all that shit I went through for his coterie. God fuck. And then he keeps shooting. He's just clearing his mind at this point. While at the same time, this is a scene of him upping his firearms. I put some more dots in that. Yeah, he's just frustrated. And he's just so annoyed and hurt. And we see a man in this point in time who is not lost, but he doesn't really know what the fuck is going on anymore. Like he feels like he's been lied to on multiple occasions and now is like left in the dark a little bit. Yeah, he's angry.
Every shot kind of just clears the head a little bit more. Whether it hits or misses is kind of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong from memory, because I have the memory of a goldfish, but I'm pretty sure last episode Leto didn't reveal themselves to Valerian.
No.
So
however,
they know Leto is around, but
yes,
is yet to actually. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Oh god.
Yeah, no, I still have no idea where the fuck she's hanging out. But I know that she is somewhere in the vicinity and that she is alive because Kit is here. And because Kit ran his fucking mouth. So,
did Kit run his mouth or was Kit coerced into running his mouth?
No, he ran his mouth. No, he's a bitch. It's his fault. Yeah, so he's angry. He's like, she's around and she's not letting, like, she's not texting, not calling, whatever, not even showing her face. This sucks. I hate everything. And yeah, he's angry as fuck.
We see Valerian enter his My Chemical Romance phase.
Yeah. And eventually there's even like a point where he's like where he's like shooting even though his mag is empty because he's so angry, and then he like walks up to the dummy and fucking kicks it over. Yeah, he just is
Furious.
seen clearing his mind, and probably the trains passing by see some flashes which are dubious and interesting, but yeah.
Aside from that, no. The Valerian spends the rest of the night before, I was about to say nightfall, before sunrise, practicing on the target.
Yes.
No one else hears it. The tunnel is kind of deep enough that the echoes don't really register in the Acropolis proper. And we move on to a new night. A new night means wonderful rouse checks for everyone.
Okay.
Oh, I'm at 300, by the way. I did not know that.
I'm at 2 still.
Okay, thank God. I need to eat something.
People are getting hungry. Was it hangry? Okay.
Remind me what a success is.
It's 6 or higher, isn't it? Success.
Yeah.
Isn't it 5 or higher?
I thought it was 6.
Yeah, it's 6. Yeah.
I think changing is 7. That's what confuses me. Okay. First thing that happens in the night. It's very early night. Probably like 8 p.m. Approaching 8 p.m. Maybe a little earlier. Maybe closer towards 7. Marcus suddenly flinches, like hard, and like looks over to Valerian, who's sitting or doing something, or just generally nearby, and very panicked, in a kind of like panicked voice, goes, "There's a human at the door."
A human?
Yes, they're touching the ward. I'm not activated it. Hasn't gone off, but they're standing next to it.
I think Valerian immediately stands up and starts walking up the stairs. He's in his full suit.
You reach the door that separates the Acropolis from the outside world. I'm assuming Valerian has a sort of peephole to look
through. Yeah.
Looking through the peephole, you see a delivery driver. The courier, little like UPS hat, holding a clipboard, looking a little bit befuddled as to why they're staring at this door.
I gently but quickly swing open the door, and I imagine Shadow falling exactly in a way that he is obscured the whole time when he opens the door, and then he steps out into the moonlight, and he goes, "Can I help you?"
That's apologies. I have a delivery for a Dominic Lasker. Well, deliveries actually. I could kind of use a hand ban.
I think Valerian looks on either side of the door, and he goes, "This is not a valid delivery address. This is an abandoned tunnel."
That's not what the note says. Let's see, he turns the delivery note, like delivery address around, and it basically says something along the lines of the door between these two buildings. And kind of describes that exact door. So obviously there is no number for the Acropolis. But it describes the door perfectly. It's just a drop off. I'm just gonna drop this stuff off. It's the last delivery of the day, and it's also the biggest. I really want to go home.
Do I recognize the handwriting or anything? Does it say a sender?
No, it doesn't say a sender, and it doesn't. There's no. It's all printed on computers. It does require a signature, though.
I close the door behind me, and I go, take me to your van now.
And it's literally just here. You see, he opens the van. There's about 5 boxes here of varying sizes. A couple of like longer ones, maybe like a couple meters long. Others just like standard square boxes. They've all got Dom's name on them, printed on them. But you wouldn't. Back again, you can't tell anything who's looking at the boxes to who's behind it.
I think Valerian takes one of his nails, which is a little longer and sharper, and he just rips open one of these boxes and just opens it up.
You open the box. There's like that packing styrofoam.
Oh, that fucking packing peanuts! I hate those bitches. And you're bringing those into my Acropolis? I don't think so.
You rifle through a little bit to get to the box, to get to the center. You put your hand and you sort of feel like a guitar.
I sigh. And
is it not the right box?
No, it's
not what you're expecting?
sadly it is. And he goes, wait here. And he Valerian walks to the door, opens it up again, and then he just yells, Dominic!
Dominic had just gotten up at that point, and is like, you know, it's sort of like lazy clothes, like hair, like messy and stuff, and just like startles. What?
Here now.
Oh, fuck's sake. And just goes up the stairs. Looks a little grudgy still. Like, what?
Yeah, you see Valerian standing in the doorway. You're not even out yet, and he has his hands behind his back, and he steps to the side and he goes, I think someone left some presents for you. And he points out towards the van.
Alfred looks out. What is that? What do you mean? What do you mean present?
Your instruments.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, and I think he just sort of steps out to go look at the boxes, and sees this one's open, so looks in, and like tries to pull it out. Is it mine, or is it just a like?
No, it's your. It's got your name on. It's
oh, like because Dominic has like stickers and shit on it.
Yeah, your stickers on it. These are yours. These are your instruments. Yeah. These aren't replicas. These aren't replacements. These are even down to like the braiding of the string that's slightly worn on one of them.
Right. He takes them out. And he's like, "Well, that I didn't expect that." And turns to the delivery person like, do I need to sign?
Yeah, like just here if you don't mind. So hold the clipboard out.
He goes to sign, but he does it like because I think he's considering this like Adrian Stoley's going to send these sort of back apparently. And considering everything else, doesn't sign with his usual signature, but like the like the one he did autograph with, just that one. Because everyone, like a lot of people have that one, so it's fine. So signs that. And then looks at Valerian. I didn't know, by the way, that these were.
Please I am
Alright.
not complaining. However, you will bring them inside yourself. And he turns and he walks down the stairs.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything else, but just still like sighs and starts taking the boxes out and like putting them like next. Like, is there like a little when you enter? Is it like straight stairs or a little
No,
like?
there's like
No, there's a little
there's
landing.
hallway. Then it goes.
Yeah, so drags them inside in the hallway and then just starts like, going up and down to take them. But I think what he'll do is he'll unbox them out like up, so he can leave the boxes there and like throw them out later, and he just takes the instruments down. Like just all of them are all boxes are
Every
instruments.
single instrument that you had stolen from you is in this box. Very carefully and OCD-ishly packed into these boxes.
And okay, and there's no in the boxes or something.
No, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I think Dom sort of like I think it's a bit perplexed. I think they weren't expecting to see these again, and because I think then with Adrian, and considering that he said that he like needed money and stuff. Yeah, I think he's kind of confused. I think he's got set in his room and sort of looks at them for a second, and tries to like piece together like why they were sent back, and I think then starts to just once again just inspect them and try like find if there's anything wrong with them or like he's just really confused.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with these instruments.
Okay.
They have been the only thing you can pick up on is they have been packed with the way they were packed was with extreme care.
Right. Okay. I think he'll leave them there then in his room and then goes out to Valerian. That's weird. I didn't think I don't know why he sent them back. He sounded pretty. I mean, I didn't reveal to me that I'd stolen them until he left, but like, he said he was broke and needed money, so.
I don't think you told Valerian about him stealing those things.
No, he did.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Because when they came back with all the documents, that he complained that he met Adrian and that Adrian stole his instruments and shit.
Okay, fine. Then he goes, well, 1, why did they give them back? And 2, why does he know where my Acropolis is?
Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't tell him anything. I swear I didn't.
I didn't assume you did.
Are we being tracked? Is that a thing?
We have been.
Well, I mean, but like, to here, I don't know.
I sure hope not. This is the only place where I can think that they don't know where we are.
Well, if Adrian can figure it out, others might.
This might mean bad for your sire, Dominic.
Oh, I don't care about him. I mean, I was ready to kill him myself last time. So if you feel like he's a loose end, by all means.
I don't know just yet. Speaking of sires, and he takes out his phone, and he is going to text Albert.
Okay. What's he going to text?
I think he is going to simply text, care to meet up for a drink?
Takes about 2 or 3 minutes to get a reply, and it's just one word, which is just sure.
I think I told you that Albert has a bar of his own.
Yes.
Right?
He does have his own bar.
Yes. So I'll just say I think Valerian responds with, "See you later tonight."
there's a few dots writing for a second, and then you get a response back. No problem. Pop in when you're ready. Here all night. Not exactly doing a lot.
Dom hears Valerian chuckle at that. And he puts away his phone.
Anything I should know?
Oh no, I'm visiting my sire later tonight. That is all.
Okay. Do you need me there, or are you guys like chill?
We are very chill, as you say. No, I don't. You can stay here or do whatever you want.
Yeah, I might oh actually, well, has he got a text back from his mother yet?
Yeah, your mother has successfully left London, and is currently in Brighton.
Which is how far from London? I don't know.
About an hour and a half.
Safe,
An hour and a half.
Yeah, about a safe distance
Okay.
away.
All right.
But still in a
Okay.
crowded area where she's not secluded, and people can still watch her.
Yeah, I think Dom also texted her. I think just the words "got approval."
Yeah.
Something like that.
So that the only thing you get back is just the winky face emoji.
Amazing. Yeah, I think at that, Dom reads the text and turns to Valerian. You mind if I go out of town tonight to visit my mum?
Where?
Brighton. I'll be back by the end of the night. Well, I mean, I'm gonna turn her. Actually, that's a good point. How do I turn people?
I think I have rethought my decision.
Oh, come on.
I believe someone else should turn her.
Why?
Well, first off, you don't know how. Second, you are a caitiff.
So,
Of course, this sounds terrible, but I feel like it is best if your mother is turned by a specific clan so she does not have to go through the hardships you have to.
and what clan would that be?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna ask a random person to do it.
No, of course not. We have many people that we know that represent different clans that we trust.
I don't trust them with my mother. And I don't know if you've noticed. But I don't have a lot of friends in kindred circles.
I wouldn't wish the curses of Clan Ventru on anyone, but if it's
No.
needed, I will.
No. With respect, no.
Excuse me?
I think he just looks at Valerian for a second, trying to figure out how he's gonna explain this one. I think it's more just it's nothing against you personally. I don't think Venture is the right clan for her. If I'm gonna have to find a clan, I would want it to be one that suits who she is as a person.
And what would that be?
I don't know yet, but also I know my mother, and I think she could be cative and manage herself.
See, like Marcus raises his hands slightly.
What clan is Marcus anyway? I don't think I ever asked.
I don't think we've ever established
No.
his clan. I know what it is in my head, but I don't think we've ever said it out loud.
Have we even established that he's a vampire?
Yeah,
he
so
is
we
a
did do
vampire.
that, yeah.
Yeah, he is a vampire. No, he's just a random figment of your imagination, Valeria. No one else has seen Marcus.
He could
He's
be a
just you
human.
talking.
I could be working with a human. Who knows? Anyways.
No, I would say that he's a Toreador. Makes sense. His fashion, he has high fashion sense.
Yeah, sure. Crocs is a high fashion sense. My God.
Look, Crocs is second. Like he's like godly level fashion sense. Okay.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
I think, yeah, Dom looks at Marcus and just goes like, I don't know. In terms of,
I'm a safe option. I have no like ulterior motives.
I know, but I feel like if anyone has to do it, it's gonna be me.
Just bear in
it's
mind
always-
the burden.
I know, but it's always been her and me. I don't know how to explain, but we're close. It's always been her raising me. And
You do realize, and I mean this politely, Dominic, the odds of her becoming a full cative is very slim. You're very likely to create a thin blood if you try. It's not that we don't want you to. There's just how would we put it? I'm trying to think how Valerians. There's a significantly high risk of things going wrong. And since it's your first embrace, they can get a bit messy. And since your mother means so much to you, we don't want it to go wrong and for you to lose or have something go wrong. You don't have to make a decision now. Like, she's out of London, she's safe. And you sort of see he like goes over to the huge map that's still sprayed out on the table, and it's like, I mean, look, Brighton's not even on the map. Like, either there's no coteries there, or they don't know of any there.
I'll ask her what she wants.
Okay.
But I'll keep your offer in mind.
We're not doing this because we don't like you, Dom. There's just a big risk, and we don't want you to be hurt any more than you would have. And you sort of see he like nudges his eyes towards Tristan's carriage.
Oh, I get that.
Emotionally, you're not there at the moment. And that's understandable. Totally understandable. But
Yeah, no, I get it. You both are making good points.
I mean, I could see if I could arrange for some people to go to Brighton and look after your mother.
She can look after herself. I mean,
I'm sure she can, but, discreet, Leto-esque surveillance, shall we call it? Actually, no, I'm not that good, but I can rustle up some people to maybe go watch her from afar, and if something happens, intervene.
and You trust these people?
Of course I trust these people. Mostly because I'm going to send, and you sort of see he rubbed his hands together, kind of like chuffed with himself. He goes, I'm going to send ghouls. I worked it out.
Right.
You see, Valerian is like with his back turned to Marcus because he's looking at Dom's direction, and Dom only sees Valerian go.
Yeah. I think normally like I'll ask her if she wants that.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. I might visit her anyway.
Again, personally, this is just little Marcus with his little thoughts. What is it they call it in? What is it they call it in that Dragons and Underground Places game? Splitting the party isn't always the smartest idea, or something.
I wouldn't know.
Valerian just turns around and he goes, "Where did you get all this knowledge?"
I get bored. I look at the internet. I'm the only one that uses the laptop in here.
Yeah. Valerian goes, "Stupid thing."
Yeah, no, I think Dom's like, fine, I'll just call her, I guess, later.
We know there's an active hunter, at least.
I know. Okay. I'll go check in with Tristan, and he'll turn around and go to
Walk
Tristan.
off.
And Valerian will turn around and walk to Marcus, and he will put a hand on his shoulder, grip it tightly, and go, "Thank you for being the voice of reason I couldn't be. Thank you."
It's why I'm here. Tristan is still asleep. Tristan has been asleep now he has been asleep for over 15, 16 hours at this point.
Great,
which is way better than what sleep he's been having before.
Yeah, Dom sees that, looks in, and she's like, "Oh, we'll stand the
That's it. Walked off. While that's all happening, we're gonna flip over other side of Camden / Islington to. I'm going to call it Alt / Ollie's house because we can't quite figure out who owns it.
Ollie. The mess in there, it's Ollie's.
You and Alt and Leto both wake up to a clean apartment. While you've been asleep, Ollie has cleaned. Mostly out of respect for Leto, seeing how the cans were triggering her, has kind of like gone out of their way to like take anything that might be construed as like, oh, this could be, a problem. And he's currently kind of napping on one of the end sofas. Still with a bottle of vodka in his hand, but half open.
I feel like Altair would have offered to also take a sofa so Leto could take his bed. His room was the only clean one in the house. It was like pristine, put together. Little bit looks like a very sort of cheapo kind of Home Depot Halloween store, but like that's his room. There's a coffin in the middle of it with like curtain poles around it and like mesh.
I think Leto would have been a bit like, no, I couldn't possibly intrude upon such a lovely abode. And instead, when Ollie got up to start cleaning things, she scurried into his room.
His room is a shit tip.
Yeah.
To be honest, there isn't a bed. There's just 4 mattresses just like stacked on top of each other to look like a bed. But yeah, aside from that, the rest of the house is clean.
She stole this T-shirt from off the floor. Has put this on. It was one of the contributing factors to why she didn't stay in Altair's coffin. It's because his clothes won't fit her. So she was like, I'm gonna get this werewolf some enormous oversized T-shirt and they'll do me just fine.
He would have. I feel like Altair is one of these people that's up early. He's up stupidly early. Would have kind of got up, sort of pottered a bit. He's a bit of a potterer. Checked his laptop, sat there like studiously fast for like a solid hour. And if Leto hadn't awoken by then, probably would have knocked on because I feel like Ollie's probably crashed out still. He's trying to be quiet.
When you knock on the door, she'll open it and be like, "Hello."
Good morning. I thought it might be wise we head out, and he'll kind of point a thumb over his shoulder to Ollie. He's been possessed by something awfully strange.
Oh,
Not in a bad way, just in a strange way.
like what?
He's just gonna like move aside and motion to the floor. I have not seen the carpet in 3 years.
Oh, I thought. Wait. So do you think he's actually being possessed, or?
No, I think he's just being clean. So it may go either way.
I mean, if it was actually possessed, then I could look into it. But if it's just that acting strange, then.
How do you look into possession?
Oh, well, I've got all these books that I've been researching for ages, and my old place is super haunted.
That sounds fascinating, actually. Wonderful.
You hear stirring behind you, and Ollie's just like, I'm not possessed, thank you very much. I just wanted to be helpful because someone tried to make me forget what was happening, but I very much remembered what was happening. Kind of. It comes and goes.
Altair's just gonna like over the back of the sofa, just straight over the top, and like glare down it. Just like arms on the back of it, and it's just. So you'll tidy for a visitor, but you will not tidy for 3 years of me asking.
I always thought if I left it, it would reach like a critical mass, and then you'd have to clean it.
I have been trying to hold the tides back.
And you did such a great job of it. But, you know, someone saved my life.
He's just gonna stand up and just head to the kitchen.
It's okay. I know that Altair also helped, but I also like winding him up.
Altair has saved your life multiple times. Thank you very much.
I think Leto's gonna do that thing. You know when you sit on the end of a sofa that someone's lying across and you just lift their legs up and put them on your lap? She's gonna do that on the sofa that Ollie's lying on. And very loudly, so it's clear that she's speaking to both of them and not just Ollie. She's just gonna be like, so, you know how we're all best friends now?
I see where this is going, but continue.
Oh, where do you think it's going?
No. Oliver?
Okay,
No?
I will shut up.
Thank you. Leto, continue.
Oh, yes, we're all bestest friends. We went for a promenade in the evening. I've stayed at your place, and miraculously it got tidier. Now your friendship is so much better because I'm here. So I was thinking, you know how you totally tried to kill that guy, but then you didn't really kill him properly. You just killed him enough so that they could take him away and question him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you were totally meant to kill another guy as well, but then you totally failed at that one also?
That one was a
I-
misgiving.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Normally he does a better job.
I'm not your boss. Like, I'm just saying, you're going 2 for 2 now on not killing.
All right. He's got his back turned still. He's faking making coffee. I feel like in the house he still makes coffee, but then tips it away after it's gone cold. He still makes tea and coffee every morning and then tips it away.
Amazing. That's such a vibe.
They tip it away, but I can drink it. Never asked if I want it.
Yeah, I think she's even though she's like sat with Ollie, she's clearly watching Altair's back and is clearly watching Altair's get up, being like they're not happy about this conversation. And she's just gonna be like, well, since we're really good friends, I thought I'd offer you an opportunity to rectify it.
Okay.
Who are we killing?
Well, you're currently 2 negative, so I'm proposing 2 positive.
What?
All right.
Both the biker guy and the guy in the suit.
Oh, no, that was a miscommunication, and you totally shouldn't have killed him, and you didn't, so well done.
So it is not 2 for 2.
Wait, it is 2 for 2 because
It's not 2 for 2. I made a correct judgment at the last moment.
Well, you were paid to do it, though, so it doesn't matter what your judgment is.
Perhaps I knew the scheme. Continue.
Did you, though?
I was well aware of what was going on. Yes,
I mean,
continue.
taking numerous bullets to the body in order
Oliver!
to obtain...
You took a flare to the back.
Oh, I know who did that, by the way.
Who?
I'm not certain on their name, but I do know what they look like, and I do know their whereabouts.
All right. If you could share them. After your first proposal, we've gone massively off topic here.
Well, yeah, because we're friends, so we share things. So I'm proposing that. Now, I'm not certain because Valerian potentially has absolutely killed them properly now that they've questioned them. But I would quite like to go double check that that's happened, and if that hasn't happened, then we should totally kill Kit because they double crossed you. How dare they?
I would be interested. Yes.
The other person is someone I don't think you've met yet, but we can go find them at a bar and deal with that also. And then there's all these hunters that are about and have all these safe houses, and one of them totally tried to, forever scar your buddy here.
You have my interest. Well, I suppose we have the easiest method of getting to the Acropolis.
Why do we need to go to the Acropolis?
Presumably he was taken for questioning.
Yeah, but if he's there, he's dead, so it's not our problem. But
I think you say you
he's
want to check.
Yeah, so I'll check his place.
Oh, you want to go to Kit's place to check?
Yeah.
All right. How far away is it?
Not too far.
All right. Get yourself ready. We can head off shortly. And he leaves one coffee out and tips the other one away, and we'll head in. We'll hand the other one to Ollie, and then we'll sit down. He's got a sort of wingback armchair that has seen so many better days. He's just gonna collapse down in it, and is going to go down the side of it. And there's a little copy of Dracula, and he's it looks very well read, horrifically well read.
I think when Altair gets Dracula out and starts reading it, Lito's going to be leaning in towards Ollie's cup of coffee to just give it a good sniff. It's going to look really weird. She's just going to be like...
So Ollie is a little out of it still. While you did great surgery on him, he's still feeling a little bit of some of the after effects. He's still a little bit groggy. But he lets you sniff the coffee. I mean, I suppose he's not resisting if you wanted to take the cup either.
Oh no, she doesn't want to take it. She's not going to consume it. She just wants to sniff it. She'll lean in to sniff it, but as she does so, she'll get a ping on her phone, and she'll look at her phone and be like, "Oh, cool," and then put it away again.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just a notification to let me know it's been delivered.
It's been delivered, and Altair just looks over the top of his book. Care for any clarification on that?
I delivered some stuff via a company, and they have done their duty.
Wonderfully vague. Perfect. All right. He's gonna book shut back down the side of the sofa, and he's gonna go and sort himself out for the day.
I think this is the start of a wonderful friendship.
I think this is the start of terrible chaos. I don't stop this now.
The only
Okay,
reason
so
Altair was waiting. Sorry.
That's right.
The only reason he was waiting for the other two to go and sort themselves out first is because he's gonna take fucking forever to get ready.
I mean, Ollie does not need to get ready. Ollie's got clothes on. He just gets up and is like, right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, Lito's the same. She's literally stolen this t-shirt. She's like, cool, let's go.
He hasn't, surprisingly, he's not clocked that yet.
I feel like any banties that
Yeah.
that Altair starts off with
Mm.
ends up with Ollie and then ends up on the floor.
There's cognitive cogs going, oh, I have a shirt like that. But he hasn't quite put two and two together yet that it may actually be his shirt. Okay, so we go to the biker guy's house first, and we see what's there, and then we go somewhere else. I forgot where the second place was.
Oh, there's lots of options. So the joy of the way the universe works is that depending on what one thing happens, multiple possibilities come from that. And so depending on what happens when we go to Kit's place to see if they're there, if they're not there, then we can go check out somewhere else, or we can find out some other way to see if they're dead or not. And then from the reactions of that, and whether we actually need to actively do any killing or not, or whether we can just like let it be because it's already been done, etc., we can decide whether we want to search the place, whether we want to find any little trinkets or anything, or whether depending on what time of night it is, or anyone we encounter on the way there or back again, we can be potentially going after the second target, or we could potentially, the hunters are still about, they might track us down and they might try to kill us, so then we might have to go do a huntery thing, or we could cut them off at the pass and we go do a huntery thing first, or I could get a message from Valerian or Dom saying they're going to go do a huntery thing, and then we can decide if we're going to join them or not. The possibilities are endless.
Wouldn't it make sense if we all band together to do the huntery thing?
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Opens the bathroom door. He's got like half a back sort of like death hawk going on, and just, if you do not speak with full stops, you are going to break his brain.
Oh,
I have seen it happen before. Melt straight out of his ear,
I'd love to see that.
and then it shuts again and just continues.
Leto will now make it a mission to keep talking without full stops.
You, as we keep speaking, like he kind of just like grabs his Lienfield and just kind of hugs it more and more. It's kind of like a safety blanket, comfort toy. As like he gets overloaded, trying to figure out where the sensors are, and while his brain doesn't actually melt out of his ear, you do sort of see in his eyes that glossed over look of like what you're saying now is just completely not being registered, and you could say whatever you want now, and he probably would never remember you saying it.
Oof, you shouldn't tempt me like that.
Eventually, he breaks so much that he kind of snaps back to reality. Like that hard kind of like jolts when you realize, oh shit, I've like dropped out. Whoa, what were we? Hunters? I'd love to kill the guy who tried to do me in the back.
Oh, the
Personal
redhead.
request. Yeah, it's the
Yeah?
redhead.
Okay.
But, well, I mean, we could just go look at this kid's place. Altair's going to take about 14 centuries to get ready.
As he says that.
I can drive the hearse.
You cannot drive the hearse. And he's just going to open the door, full face of makeup on at that point. He's got it down to an art at this point. No.
I only crashed into that bar once.
Once. I had to get the entire engine rebuilt.
It was a fun project.
It was not. You drive it like a Jeep.
No, I drive it like a tank.
You did not even go in tanks.
I
The
got to try
furthest
a
you
few
saw-
out.
No, the furthest you saw was across a battlefield as you were running away from them.
Okay, so they're loud and scary.
Yes, do not drive a hearse like that, or you'll end up in the back of one.
Were you also on the battlefield?
Me?
Yeah.
Heavens no.
Yeah,
No, I just vividly remember it, and I bored him to death with all of the details.
I do not find it boring. I just find your driving style horrifically terrible. Nonetheless,
Tanks do not scare me. It's artillery that scares me.
Oh, well, that's understandable. You know, it can kill you from far away and you wouldn't even know.
You hear a whistling and then
Jeez.
just bang. And if you're lucky, it may be over there.
the let's go part of let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Wonderful. Never say that again.
I'm trying new things.
No.
Look, I can't stay stuck in the 1940 mobobs. I have to start modernizing eventually.
And that's why you made a Reddit account.
I can use that. There's loads of stuff on there.
I know there is, and you have no parental guidance on it whatsoever.
There's this account that shares
No,
like these things about like topical things about living in Britain, and I understand none of it. And it's like looking into an alien world.
Just heading towards the car.
No, seriously, there's this thing called weird things middle class people say in Waitrose. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing.
I'm not taking you to a Waitrose until at least... I don't even know.
Okay, fine.
We stay at Tesco for the time being, and then we move to Waitrose.
It's fine.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He's just walking.
Yeah,
He's
I
just...
think at this point, Ollie just like walks like, I think we're being admonished.
Lito, have you ever considered taking a werewolf home?
Wow. No.
He makes a fine roommate occasionally.
Well, I only have one room and it's currently being watched by hunters.
Fair point. He's just gonna get in the hearse. It's just left on like the curbside. Nobody seems to pay mind to
No.
it. I feel like
I
it's
think-
been there for that long.
Ollie is just gonna jump in the back and lie down, rather than like get in the seat like a normal person.
Yeah, there's like limo seats in the back. But you can still get in and lie down. There's like an ice bucket for champagne.
Okay, take us to this place where this guy who double-crossed us was, and if he's there, we'll eat his skull, or something like that.
Yeah, that works.
So what exactly is your connection with this kit?
Oh, they were going to kill themselves, and I stopped them.
Admirable. I'm
And
guessing
then
there's
they
further.
double-crossed you.
Well, I stopped them from killing themselves briefly. And it's been 5 years, and I think it's about time that they continued that thought process.
All right. Cheerful.
Hmm.
I'm guessing a lot has happened in this 5 years to go from friendly to this.
I think a lot of people assume friendliness when you're just taking things as they come.
Basic civil duty.
Sure.
All right. And your connection with the others? Apologies, I'm trying to build a picture here.
Which others?
The one that came rather grumpily into my home earlier, and the one that follows him around like a dog.
That's Valerian, the one
All
you were
right.
supposed to kill. They are currently one of the people in control of London. They did quite a lot in regards to the Inquisition 5 years ago, thereabouts. And then the person with him is Dom. That's the guard dog.
A hot
Fascinating.
guard dog.
Yes.
Oliver.
No. Let him speak. Do go on.
I don't know. I just liked the V. Yeah, I just wish I could undo a few more. But I mean, yes.
Oh, I'm sure that they would let you if you asked
No.
nicely.
It's fine. And you see he pulls out his phone and just texts Dom, and literally it's just the words WUU22. And then a question mark. And then another text with a little asterisk saying WUU2. It's fine. I'm just checking in.
Checking in.
Yeah.
So our previous hit,
Hmm.
the guard dog of,
Hmm.
you are checking in.
If you can't beat them, join them.
See, my concern is that you're not looking to join them at a professional level.
Joining is joining. It doesn't matter how.
I'm simply having active surveillance on a potential future target.
Look, you've already said Dom is a guard dog, and Ollie's kind of your guard dog, and let dogs do what dogs do.
I need no guard dog. Altair's wishing he had like one of them like taxi partitions right now.
Close it.
He really wishes he had one. There is a curtain behind the thing, but that will still not stop them talking. He just sits and quietly simmers for a bit on the idea, and then I feel like the mental image of what Lito just said sinks in, and you get the feeling you might be sick out the window.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to say that Evelyn?
Oh, it was just Alito was just gonna then, whilst Altair is driving and trying not to bomb, she's gonna lean over to Ollie and be like, "So, do you have any ideas of where you're gonna go for a date?"
Not yet. Maybe this sweet ass bar.
Hmm.
There's a couple in Camden that look quite nice.
Does it do coffee and or cocktails?
Both.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I will troll
Why?
everyone in this game
done.
across
Why-
all walls.
Why do eyes are something that have to take psychic damage? That's not fair.
Roll for San.
What fourth wall? I don't know her.
We use the fifth wall here. No, but there's like a cocktail bar. I'm potentially thinking if they reply back.
Not
There's
the
a
one in
wine-
the shard, right?
No. God, that's too
Okay.
fancy. Can't afford that.
There's a fine wine bar I tend to use for clients. I will get you the details of it.
Aw.
Look,
It's a complete monster.
fine. As he says that, Altair, you leave the place that Blue was told you Kit lives. Kit doesn't really have a house per se. In order to avoid detection, he has stayed under in the Camden Undercroft for 5 years. Because it's dark down there and no one can see him, and more importantly, Leto can come and go without being spotted. That was the perfect place for him to be surveilled upon / living. He's kind of turned one of the alcoves, like tucked away from like general eyesight, into a kind of makeshift encampment of his. He's not there, and there's not an awful lot to garnish from the place. There's his sleeping bag. There's a few notes. Most of them are records of when Leto visited, in very shaky handwriting. There are a few bits of paper nestled under the sleeping bag, so it's not obvious it's there. Which is correspondence for talking to this Jamie fellow. He mentions by name, and there's also an address on one of them asking him to go meet up there. The address is the same address as the place opposite the British Library. That seems to be where Kit got most of his orders. But aside from that, there's no... I'm going to use Leto. I'm not going to make a roll for it because I think Leto would just destroy it if I gave him a decent credit. Anyway, there are signs that he's been here recently and left in a hurry. A lot of stuff has been left behind. Like bare essentials has been taken. And if you ever try to text him on his phone, you will now get a response saying that this phone number is no longer in use.
Okay. The address for the place that's opposite the library, is that the same location that's the one I worked out earlier? Or is that a different location?
Yeah, same location. It kind of confirms what you already knew.
Okay. I think she's going to turn to Altair and be like, so, you said that you don't need a guard dog.
No.
So, do you use Ollie to help you search for people, or...?
We stuck together. It's as simple as it's a mutual friendship.
Okay. Well, how good is his nose?
He's been known to find things before.
Did you sniff him out?
And this look on Ollie, which is like, I can, but do I have to? Fine.
I'll buy dinner this weekend.
Give me a moment. You see him sort of go, sort of pull Kit's curtain back because he doesn't want to see, doesn't want to show the transformation. He transforms. You hear some ruffling, some rustling, and he comes back out and is like, "Yeah, I got something of a sense." He definitely thinks. Want me to go?
Yeah.
And you sort of see that he sort of like ruffles back up towards the road, and then like stops, like, I can't go out like this. And then it's like, hang on a minute, I don't like doing this. And you see that he transforms back into a human, but like the ever so like smallest parts of his nose are still like, to a casual observer, he's probably got like something on his nose. But there's just enough of his wolf nose still there that he can still kind of sniff without having to be in full lichen mode.
So cute.
He definitely got in a vehicle. Didn't he own a car? Well, officially, Kit didn't own a car.
I don't think so.
Someone's picked him up. And you see he kind of sniffs and then kind of point towards the library direction.
I was hoping this would be easier. Okay. Fine.
I suppose we have a lead then.
Yeah, but it's the predictable one, and I was hoping for a more interesting one where it was all separate columns and then they would all come together eventually, but no. Fine.
Not everything has to be a detective drama. Or maybe it is.
I mean, we're currently being hunted down in the middle of London. I'd say that's rather abnormal.
Okay, well, fine. I guess if we're not going to do this separately, how I was hoping, I guess we can do that thing you were talking about, and we meet up with the others before we try to do any shenanigans with the hunters.
Oh, I get it now. You're trying to not involve. Oh, I get it now. You're trying not to involve them.
Well, yeah.
Is it because the striped suit man gets angry all the time?
It's because I do a lot for the striped suit man that the striped suit man doesn't necessarily understand at the time is the right thing to do.
Oh, like short-sighted tunnel vision.
In layman's terms, yeah.
Yeah, my old boss was like that. I pushed him off the building.
I'm not intending to do that yet.
I can do it if you like.
No.
No.
See,
you.
unlike my vampiric friend, I don't miss.
Yeah, no. I saw what you'd managed with the broom. It was very impressive. But I quite liked the bit you said earlier about eating their skull. That's cool.
Oh,
if we could do that, not for Valerian, for the other guy.
Okay, I'll do that for the other guy.
Yeah.
We could potentially look at one of our joint efforts.
Ooh.
We occasionally hunt together.
Love
It
it.
depends on the nature of the hit, but well, one gets the blood, one gets the body.
While that's going on, Dom, you randomly get a text after checking in on Tristan that just says, "What are you doing?" From
Specifically, it
Yeah.
says what you
what
up
are
to.
you? Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
okay.
What?
No.
what
It
you up
says
to,
WUU2.
You.
Please.
What are you up to?
Yeah, I think he, text back just nothing much. You.
He replies back with an emoji of a dog, and an emoji of a nose.
What the fuck? Don't just send a question mark.
There's like, isn't it obvious? I'm sniffing something out.
I think Dom just doesn't know how to reply for a bit, so it takes a couple. The message left unread for a little bit, like maybe 2-3 minutes, And then he replies, like what? Because he's not sure what to think of that.
He sends back an emoji of a guy with red hair. So
Right.
Ollie thinks, I'm looking at the internet, the talking in emojis and what people do.
Yeah, I think
so-
Dom quickly says like, just asks like, can you just talk in words? And just, but ask like,
wish
yeah.
you were here.
Okay. Hunting Red, I wish you were here. I think Dom just says, have fun. Sorry I can't be there.
You just have a sad face emoji. And then just drinks later, question mark, emoji of drinks.
Yeah, I think Dom would think about that for a second. Because the past few days have been very tense. And I think he's currently worried about going places. In fear of them being hunters. But also needs a break. And we'll, after a little bit, text back. Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Fantastic. See you soon.
Right.
And Ollie just like puts his phone away.
Right. I think after that, Dom would have finally reflected his mother because he hadn't done that yet. And sort of like it just like put out like all like or just said like, oh, can I call you later or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, no immediate response.
No.
Your mother is not an immediate texter. Ollie puts his phone away, has a smirk on his face. Well, I just got a date. So
Wonderful.
Screw you.
Me particularly?
And that's an expression people use. Or was it suck it? I can't remember.
Please use neither of them. Thank you.
I was just trying to gloat.
I'm very proud of you and I'm very happy. But please don't use terminology like that.
Fine. Well, they went that way, and your bodyguard friend is that way, and Striped Suit Man is just like a little bit to the left a bit. You're here.
Yes.
I can still smell them from last night.
Wonderful. Please go into my wardrobe if you're going to be going out on a date. There are perfectly regular clothes in there, but they are clean and they are ironed.
I'll think about it.
Counter offer. Just wear clean trousers and you're good.
I like the counterpoint. Anyway, you see that he kind of like jumped through the open window of the hearse. He just like kind of like does a dog jump into the front seat.
Lito's gonna look at Altair and just be like, they make it really hard not to talk shit about them.
Oh, Oliver?
Werewolves in general.
Yes, he is very much like that. We've been friends since the 90s. We've been around for quite some time, and he has scarce changed. He's picked up new languages, he's picked up new technology, but he remains the same.
I heard that.
We are aware you were designed to.
Not my fault that you lot were all sent by a demonic god to try and cause the end of the world. Now, if you'd like to hurry up and get in the car before I lose this scent.
Oh, we don't need it anymore.
It, there's like a pout on his face a little bit, like, but I kept the nose.
And it's very cute. But now we know where he is.
Okay, I get it, fine. And he like turns his nose back to normal, like slumped in the chair.
Altair to show off is going to mimic what he did in terms of getting in the car, but with a little bit more grace and a little bit more put together.
Some of us have celerity.
Some of us have been practicing.
Yeah, Altair and Ollie are just this like love-hate vampire werewolf comedy duo.
Leto is gonna get into the car perfectly normally. Close the door, put her hands on her lap, and be like, "So where are we going?"
Well, presumably we're going to meet up with the others. All right. Small suggestion. It may be wise to make sure that my new friend does not kill me. Your, as you keep referring to him, striped suit friend has little time for me. Understandably.
Yes, but you did try to kill him, and the fact
Did he
Under
say-
orders.
Did he say he was going to kill you next time he saw you?
No, but do you know when you get the feeling of a tiger watching you through zoo bars?
No, you're fine. If he didn't specifically say that he'll kill you next time he sees you, if he sees you again, then you're fine.
that sounds like you've heard this from experience.
Oh, yes.
You
Why do I get
truly
the
are.
feeling that I get the feeling that we've grouped up with the group troublemaker.
As
Not
he
that I
says
could blame you.
troublemaker, Ollie just Altair just looks over like as though you don't do that. As though I don't get rickrolled 17 times a month from this man.
It's trending. It's a cool song. Okay.
Ugh.
Fine.
Just
We'll
sets
go.
off.
But yeah, to be fair, it's from where you set off. It's not a long trip. It's like 3
He likes
corners.
driving it.
Like it's 3. Like you could have just walked in like 5 minutes, like cut across the lock. No.
He enjoys not having to pay for the ULEZ
Um,
charges. He's got a vintage. He doesn't have to pay for the inner city charges.
You get outside the Acropolis, and Ollie like gets out of the car, or the hearse, like looks at the door, points at the door, and basically does like a sprint charge at it. It's like he's in like go through the door. He hits the door, and downstairs, Marcus like bolts upright, and then the ward activates, and you watch as Ollie gets yeeted backwards into the hearse. Altair, the car has taken superficial denting damage, where he's like gone into it. And you can sort of see him growling at the door, resisting the urge to rage and like transform there and then and have another crack at it.
Altair just by the scruff of the neck just grabs hold of his like the collar of his shirt.
Mm.
We use handles. I
This
know
must
you
be a
don't have opposable
surprise.
thumbs most of the time, but we use handles.
Fine, whatever.
Leto is losing her shit. She is fully like creased over, laughing her head off. That was the best thing she's seen in ages. She was fully not ready for a werewolf to just run at the fucking door. She was fully not ready for him to then just disappear into the distance.
Yeah. Meanwhile, downstairs, Marcus is like, there was a werewolf trying to get through the door. I think one
Another.
of the wards has activated. You see sort of logos like lean up from their chair, like they're reading a book, and it's like, yeah, no, one of them's activated. I'll turn it back on in a minute. Just like lean back into the chair, go back to their book.
I think all Valerian does down there is make sure his gun is prepared.
Altair's just gonna rap on the door
Mm.
and just say, "Will you please let us in?"
I do
And
have
then go
one
try the
question.
handle.
One question for Inez. What bullets is Valerian loading into the gun?
I mean, just the
The-
normal ones. I
Well,
haven't swiped the incendiary ones.
I'm
I
gonna say,
don't.
yeah, you
I
have
don't even
swiped
know
them.
about them just
No.
yet.
I think this is Valerian. Valerian, like, is that sort of person who go for your desk for you not looking. Like, what are you withholding on me?
I mean, you're right
And
about that.
and also, I'm fairly sure Valerian would have over the years picked up silver bullets.
You're right. No, well, it is a werewolf. Yeah, I think he's loading silver bullets. Yes, you're right.
But yes, Thingy knocks on the door.
I think Valerian hears the voice and is just like, "Is that? Come in."
He will open the door.
What I want to know is Leto going in the middle or behind Ollie? Like, where's Leto in the walking order?
At the back.
At the back. Because I'm going to tell you this for free. How Ollie gets down the stairs is he just slides down the... Like, he beats Altair to the bottom, so the first thing you see, Valerian, is just Ollie come out onto the tracks at quite high velocity.
I believe Morgan did that, didn't they?
See,
Yeah,
Morgan
yeah,
did it on the escalators.
Oh, right, yeah.
But these are actually stairs that go around.
Oh, right.
So he's got
Altair
some
hears
real
it.
spared. Like, real
And
speed.
he's used to this. He just lifts his hand up, lets Ollie pass, and then goes back as though nothing happened.
But yeah, like Ollie like lands and then like does a bow in this like really scruffy clothes.
And as he comes back up, a gun is pointed at his forehead.
Oh, normally you tip someone when they do a good performance.
Normally,
Also-
you don't barge at my door.
Your door attacked me. I don't know
You
what's wrong with
shouldn't
your
have
door.
attacked the door.
Valerian is
Fair,
correct. You ran at
counterpoint.
it.
I didn't know it was gonna fight back.
Why do you run at doors anyway? And he's gonna arrive at the bottom a little more formally, and we'll sort of give like a
Look,
almost like a
wait.
showman's bow.
we're just here because our friend said that you might need some help hunting as someone. Or was it the other way round? We need help hunting. I honestly can't. I think I've been cussed. I think I need to sit down.
We
for
will
a minute.
reach a mutual agreement. Our friend here, and he'll kind of step to the side to show Leto.
This is where Leto
Hello.
uses hidden shadows.
I thought about it. I did think about it.
Yeah,
But
no.
no. I'll be stood there and I'll be like, hello.
Yeah, no, you show yourself and you hear him like pull back the trigger. And he'll instead point it at you. And he just goes, "You have a lot of nerve. Do you know that?"
Mm-hmm.
I think also Dom hears all the talking when it comes out. First sees Ollie, then sees Altair, sees Leto, but also see Valerian with a gun pointed at Leto, and he's sort of like, sort of, I think, seeing that.
You see, Ollie goes.
Yeah, I think Dom would have replied to that, but
Hmm.
then sees the gun at Leto, and instead goes to insert himself between the two.
I feel
It's
like
like-
Altair was similarly thinking.
Yeah, what are we? Why are you pointing? Oh, hi, also like hi, Leto, like that very enthusiastic. I'm glad you're alive.
That is exactly what I mean. Months of thinking you were in a ditch, ashed, And here you are. Just like that. Really.
Uh-huh.
Why? Answers now.
Are you really that dependent on me?
I'm not. I hired a. I put
Wally's
someone
under
in
the
your
desk.
place.
Wally is fully under the desk.
Well then, what's the problem?
The fact that I thought I had you as an ally.
We are allies.
Truly.
We're coterie.
She's returned, has she not?
The
I
point
get-
briefly points over to Al.
I
Then
get the
back.
impression she's a free spirit who cannot be contained? Question mark.
As if I don't know that.
I was just pointing it out. Now, can you point that thing
Yeah, Dom will
somewhere
also
else?
like try and like gently put
So,
his hand on Valerian's
when you-
wrist and sort of.
If you point the gun again at Ollie, like there's a flash of fear as you do. He can smell what's in that chamber, and is very aware that you loaded a gun specifically to kill him and not the others.
Yeah, he puts the gun back on safety, smashes it onto the desk, and he goes, Kit, really? Really?
Oh yeah.
And hiding it.
Well, it's not a very good secret if people know.
Why keep it a secret in the first place?
Because he's better dead. If everyone thinks he's dead, he's useful. Oh, was useful. Unfortunately, he's also a massive idiot. I'm guessing you managed to question him and he told you what was going on.
Oh, yes, he did.
Okay. And did you kill him? No.
No, of course not. However,
Why
I
not?
told him he could make himself useful just to make it a test, and if he comes up not useful, he will be dead.
He's already come up not useful.
How was I supposed to know you weren't here?
Well, because you questioned him and he explained how, I'm guessing he explained how he's now suddenly working with hunters.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And you didn't just kill him? I have names of other Brewheart who we can start up a new coterie system with so that we have Brewheart fighting again. Because they haven't scrambled themselves together after Kit died. It doesn't have to be Kit.
I wish you would have told me sooner. I wish you would have said anything, truly.
We're coterie. And so we work together towards one goal. That doesn't mean that we're all doing the same thing at the same time and that we're all interlocked having to do it together.
Oh, I know that. And he walks up. He has a brisk walk, and he pushes past both Ollie and Altair, and gets really close. And he goes, "I know that you were out there doing God knows whatever to help us, but." I was worried.
About you or me?
about your death.
Were you truly worried about my death or the effects of my death upon your hold of London?
That question stings, but is fair. Later, I hope you realize that I value you a great deal. And that I do not wish for your death in any way, shape, or form. And that doesn't include my hold on London.
That's very sweet of you to say, Valerian.
Oh.
I think I understand you very well. However, you have to be, and you're a businessman, you know this, you have to be very aware of the visuals of these things. Now, I do things without visuals. Very good reason for it. Bearing in mind that I've just brought 2 people into the lair, one of which is a big scary werewolf. And the first thing you do when you see me is point a gun at me, and all of them try to step in the way of it. Protect me from you. And yet your proclamation is that in your own way, you love me and you want to protect me. It's a very contradictory visuals.
That is because I don't like showing these visuals.
Okay. And I don't like showing my hand when I'm currently using it to my advantage. And that's why you weren't told about Kit. And that's why you won't be told about the next little adventure I go on. You just have to trust me.
Fine. And you'll have to trust me. And he turns around and walks back, pauses in between Alistair and Ollie, gives them both a side eye, and then looks back to Altair and then goes, "Good to see you again."
Pleasure to see you too. Be careful of the company you keep.
With
king is
that
no good
all
at that.
being said, and we just get to the bit where we hunt the guy down. I am bored.
I think only Dom can see this since he's standing over there and he once again sees Valerian go.
I'm
Yeah.
not here for vampire politic talk. I am here to go and crush someone who puts a flare in my fucking back.
So you will shut your mouth as the big grown-ups talk. And I walk over to the table and I start and I go, of course, last scene Kit was with me, thinking now he has returned to either his base or somewhere else, one of these safe houses.
It's the safe house.
Which one?
The one by the library.
Good. Do we know of anyone else being there at this point? I don't necessarily love going there and walking into 3 to 4 hunters. You see his skin somehow get paler, and him gripping the table, leaving nail marks in it. And he goes, 6, truly.
We've taken on more than that before. And he'll just side eye Ollie. He stood there, kind of arms crossed.
Mm.
Come now, King of the Castle. You know exactly what you're doing. What, 4 versus 6? I like those numbers. The werewolf
well,
counts as 2.
5, actually. But, you know.
And then he looks over to Marcus and he goes, 6.
What is it, a 6-chambered gun you have? Bullets for
8.
each of them. Oh, 2 spare. V80. Wonderful.
You see Marcus kind of like looks over there for a second. This is like, there's a chance all of them aren't there. You know one of them's hunting Quinn.
Maybe even 2. She'll need more than one. And then he looks to Marcus and he goes, get them all weapons, whatever they desire. And get me those incendiary rounds.
Standard incendiary or the Inquisition incendiaries?
I don't think Kit deserves standard.
Shotgun and dragon's breath rounds it is.
Ooh.
And you sort of see Marcus like walk over to the armory, pull off a very special pump action shotgun, and pull out a box of slugs that has the Inquisition logo on them. These were slugs that were recovered from London that weren't used in time. So, for those who don't know, Dragon's Breath rounds are essentially shotguns turned into flamethrowers. They just shoot out molten flame in a huge cone in front of them. If you've seen it at night, it's really pretty to watch. Like fiery hot slag thrown out of it all over the place. For vampires, these things are, well, not many people survive Dragon's Breath rounds. And this is a double barrel shotgun, so 2 for the price of 1, I guess. You sort of see like Marcus like lays it in front of Valerian. I know it's not the handgun type you prefer.
Oh, please. And he picks it up and like slings it over his shoulder. And then holsters his revolver. And I think he'll just point and go like point towards Dom and then over toward the armory and he'll go, get him the sword.
So like I don't, has he ever gotten the sword before since Towerfall?
Since Towerfall, no.
Yeah, so he just sort of perks up. He's like, he's like, okay.
I'm allowed the sword again. Yeah, so Marcus will go away, we'll give everyone what they want, and we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, so everyone can stretch, so the bottles and go to the toilet quickly, and then we'll come back and we'll go see what's behind this apartment. I truly can't wait. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Have fun. We'll see you then. Bye. Welcome back. Ignore the spider giggles. We had a bit of a giggle before we came back on. Any equipment you want, Marcus will just give you for this. So feel free to take whatever you want within reasonable bounds. No miniguns. Valerian's good, but Valerian does not have a minigun.
Dom has knives on him usually anyway.
Yeah,
so
Dom
it's a
has knives in
sword
his
and
pockets.
Yeah.
It's a sword, isn't it? Ironically, back in Towerfall, it wasn't Valerian that used the. It wasn't Dom that used the sword. Really, Valerian took it at the last moment. Like I'd use it.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe Valerian will do the same tonight.
Yeah. No, he's got a bit better now.
How are you taking? Like, are you taking the hearse? To the safe house?
Why not?
Yeah. Dom's not. The one thing sure, Dom's not taking his own car.
It's already
Got
dented.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
true.
do see Valerian. You see when you come out. There's like a dent in the left-hand side passenger door. And you look at it, and it's directly
Valerian.
perpendicular to the door.
I think Valerian immediately just goes, "What happened?"
Lito starts laughing again.
Use your brain. What do you think happened?
He like
He says
like
he's getting in the
relates.
car.
He like relates to the door, and he goes.
You do see Ollie snarl at the door.
Yeah,
as they come back.
And I Valerian under his breath goes, "Stupid werewolf."
I heard that.
Dom like as he said, I heard that would be like, it's fine. Just don't. He says stuff. Just ignore it.
Don't worry. One day, all vampires will burn in hell.
Oh.
Who's been paying your water bills?
We don't talk about that.
All bar one. Wonderful.
I think Valerian gets in the passenger seat. Shotgun.
Dom just gets next to where Ollie is.
Yeah.
It's not a long drive to the British Library. It's like from central Camden to South Camden. In fact, I want to say off the top of my head, it's actually one road. But you get there, and the address takes you to an abandoned apartment facility. The specific apartment is 301. This one's not as tall as the lovely one you had before. This is only 4 stories high. It looks truly abandoned. Most of the first floor windows have like metal covers put over the windows. And to the casual observer, you probably can't get in. But the door, the huge like metal secure door over the frame, it's ever so slightly loose, so you can like pry your hands behind it.
I think Altair's got a basket-hilted sword. He's gonna try and jam it and then lever a little, like right up to the hilts.
It's
Valerian was just gonna knock. You're okay.
It opens. It's not locked. It just looks the appearance of being locked. You sort of see that like Ollie's like rearing at the bit a little bit. Like you can see him like rearing backwards and forwards as you start to open the door.
Yeah, I think that's why Altair's done it, so the door ends up in one piece. Can I say, with my score and intimidation, could Altair kind of pull up a bit of a spooky-ish kind of vibe, like full fangs out, eyes blacked out, shit like that?
Yeah. You can go
Cool beans.
The full terrifying vampire.
Yeah, he's gonna go that. Looks a little kind of Nosferatu-ish a little bit.
Oh.
I feel he's gonna pull that on a little bit.
Ollie is gonna once you open the door, Ollie's gonna walk in first, and then in front of all of your eyes, just sort of like transform out into his werewolf form now that no one can see him. Much taller now. But
Tom is looking respectfully.
Yay.
you sort of see him sniff a little bit. It's like there's one person up there.
I think Valerian is going to activate his daunt,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll step up to the door, and he looks at Oliver and he goes, "Invite me across your doorstep."
Would you like to come in?
And then he steps a foot in the apartment, and with the daunt, it almost looks like shadow like rips up from his footstep. And he like leans in, grabbing the door frame, going, "Surely."
You see Ollie kind of like points across the corridors, like where the stairs are, leading up to like the third floor. And he like sniffs again. It's like, my stomach doesn't feel good.
Meaning?
Something's up there and I don't like it. But it's not a vampire.
One way to find out.
Can I turn on my heightened senses as well?
Yeah. With heightened senses at the moment, the only thing you can really hear is like a Bunsen burner sound.
Don't like that.
Very subtly. Sort of originating from, again, floor 3, where Ollie was pointing. You sort of see that Ollie kind of goes to lead the way and starts like clambering up the stairs. Not gracefully, this is the werewolf trying to climb stairs. It is not good.
I think Dom will follow, knowing that he is able to react really quickly to things. So if something goes wrong, he's, he can like pull something out of the way or do something.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'll see you on the other side, and Altair's going to head out, but he's going to go to the side of the building, kind of roughly where Ollie was pointing. And could I use my cat's grace to try and climb up the side of the building?
I don't think Cat's Grace allows you to do
Does it
that.
let you do that?
No, Cat's Grace allows you to never lose your balance. But then again, I suppose if you interpret it that way, if you're climbing the building, you would never lose your balance as you go up.
I'm thinking he balanced himself and find footholds.
I'm going to say you can climb up.
Okay.
But you're not going to get there before Ollie and Co.
Oh, he's not trying to do that. He's just trying to two-prong attack.
Okay. You can do that, but Ollie and Cohen get to the door first.
Cool.
So you do that. I'm guessing everyone else is going up with Ollie?
Yes.
Yes.
As you go, you're doing shadows, yeah.
And also, I'm going to use Sense the Unseen as well.
There's nothing here untoward, like from a magical, kindred point of view. You do pick on that Kit has been here very recently, and by very recently I mean within the past hour. There's that little bit of like, oh Kit in the air. Just like leaves behind wherever he fucking goes. Valerian, your heightened senses start to hear movement as you go up, and it is very frantic. You can kind of hear the loading of something, like the cocking of a gun, and then like a thud. Like as you go floor to floor to floor, it just gets more frantic and more panicked. Like things are being moved, things are being placed, things are being loaded.
Does
You-
does this sound like one person doing all this, or is it multiple?
It sounds like
people?
one person. It sounds like one person is trying to do the job of like 6 people, and
I
is
see.
frantically trying to keep up. But they're doing something. By the time Ollie reaches the door, you hear a voice shout out. There's no point trying. The door's double barricaded. You're not gonna get in.
Watch me. And I think I look at Ollie, or at least I put a hand on Ollie's neck, and I tilt my head so that he can see my face, and I go, barrel down the door, why don't you?
Ollie nods. He goes back and then goes to charge and then like freezes. Like, my gut's telling me this isn't a good idea. I'll do it if you want me to.
Do we recognize the voice that shouted?
No. Don't recognize the voice that shouted. Ollie does to a degree. I think he mentioned that it sounds like the guy who attacked him that night. And maybe that's what Ollie's fear is. You know, he's this guy got the drop on him last time, and no, screw it, I'm doing it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have hesitated. And you sort of see him like go back again to do another charge. He hits it the first time, the door doesn't budge. It dents, but it doesn't open.
I think even Valerian at this point is like, are we completely sure that this door is not going to blow up in our faces?
You don't have time really to stop Ollie on the second charge.
Jesus Christ.
He barges through the door, clean through. The door's gone. It's off its hinges on the other side of the room. And then, before you can peek inside, you hear Ollie howl in what can only be described as immeasurable pain. And then the next thing, and I think Valerian heightened senses, you get it first, is this reek of silver.
Oh no.
Not just silver, melted, molten hot silver, as in just being put over a Bunsen burner and melted into liquid silver.
Coming from where? Is it on the floor?
Inside. Well, when you peer in, all you can see is Ollie on the floor now, howling. Just the entire left side of his face and down is covered in this molten silver that is just burning its way through his body at an extremely rapid pace. For those that don't know, silver in World of Darkness basically acts like fire for vampires, but molten silver is like the equivalent of Dragon's Breath ammo. Ollie has probably got... He's going to be in a bad state. But you can't really focus on Ollie because there is someone else in the room. At the back of the room, you see a bright red-haired male holding up what looks like a sawed-off shotgun. No need to insight roll this at all. This person is petrified. They are struggling to compose themselves. this wasn't part of the plan. And as as Ollie's howling on the floor, you see them sort of shout out, no one else comes in. I've got those fucking fire rounds that you don't like, and I've got a really, really itchy finger.
I think Dom's going to try anyway with using both fleetness and rapid reflexes. So if he's going to move really fast, I also have to roll the rouse check though. But he's going to move really fast, and if he does try and shoot, he'd be able to probably dodge. That's what the power says. And we'll try to get to him to grab him by the neck and also sort of knock the gun down. Let me quickly. Okay, lost my rash jack. But so yeah, Dom just moves in and like rapid speed, and suddenly is like in front of him. And we'll try and grab him by the neck and push him against the wall.
As you rush forward with clarity, you're moving so fast you don't realize you trip something. You go in and you hear a beat.
Oh no.
And all along the walls, UV lights start turning on.
Shit, this one knows me.
Wait, okay. But I can still react really quickly, so I can still run out if I need to.
You sort of see him like laugh a little bit, and it's like, yes, I got, wait, stop burning. The book said it would. And you sort of see that there's like this scrumpled up book, and it's like kind of like stitched up of like various Inquisition book like files and various like handwritten notes all like piled together, and like he briefly looks away from you, and it's like, but it said that UV lights worked on.
I think as he just grabs him again and just sort of squeezes it like just holds him there. Maybe you shouldn't read fiction.
At that point, I'm going to say, Altair, you finally make it up to the window. All you see at this point is you're coming at the side. So you've got Dom now pinning this guy against the wall. You've got Ollie writhing on the ground in pain. Actually, I need to roll the rage thing because he gets to rage when he's near death. Okay. Yeah, he looks like he stopped moving.
Oh no.
Can I, like, in some way, shape, or form, like, pull him out of the room without getting myself into any UV lighting?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, the good news is the UV lighting, I don't think any of you specifically have the bane that makes you vulnerable to UV light. Oh, you do?
Hey! Hey!
I forgot.
My God.
In which case, no, you can't.
God damn it.
He's bathed in UV light. You can't grab him. To be honest, Valerian, you can't really go into this room.
No, actually, because I think the UV light starts shining and immediately Leto sees Valerian turn away and go like...
I'm going to say, yeah, you've got seconds to get out of there, otherwise you're going to start taking superficial damage.
I think Leto enters the room, having witnessed very quick succession, three things happen. What Ollie thought was going to happen did happen. Dom has entered the room and has managed to pin the one person who's in there. Altair has got to the window, and Valerian is clearly like
cowering in a
incapacitated.
corner.
Yeah. So she's gonna do something that she can do immediately, and I think in theory it will work in favor with what Dom is currently doing, because they're being very intimidating by pinning this guy by the throat to the wall, and then slowly but surely the UV lights that they've turned on start smashing as they get closer to this guy. Basically, she's just going around and just physically smashing these lights up.
Yeah, no, you physically smash all of these lights. There's like, as you do that and you're looking around this room, there are, I mean, Leto's very quick at analyzing things and like picking up on stuff. Everything here has been assembled very quickly. Like the UV lights look like they were just hung up yesterday. You know, the chemistry station where all the silver was melted looks like it's been done literally as of an hour ago. Almost like, I don't know, someone maybe warned them that there may be company. There's an email on a laptop briefly been left open. It was the last sent message, and it was to someone called M, and it just reads along the lines of, I think I've been compromised. Please come back from Paris. I'm not equipped to deal with this shit. You all need to come back. Specifically, it says all 5 of you need to come back.
Amazing. They're just on their own.
They are on their own. This is Jamie, the novice hunter who has been left behind and had the explicit orders to keep an eye on you while they were gone, and things have kind of barrel rolled out of their control, and they are now losing everything that the hunters have worked for. Speaking of, Jamie has nearly wet himself. Out of all the hunters, he has the weakest composure and resolve. So he is not hard to intimidate. Altair, at this point, I mean, you can't open the window from this side. You're either going to have to smash it, or Lito's going to have to open it for you.
The barrel, not the barrel, the basket hilt. He's just kind of gonna ice pick round with it.
Yep.
You times and try and get in.
You smash the window, and that's like the final thing that kind of like breaks Jamie. Like the grip on his shotgun like goes. He drops it. Oh, go on. Oh, my love to wind you up.
What now?
High or low?
Low.
The gun doesn't go off when it hits the ground.
Yay!
It's good news because you all saw fire and you'd have to make a frenzy roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shotgun doesn't go off. He's pinned up against the wall. Altair, you come flying in.
Yeah, he proper like he almost crawls in, kind of in a bit of a kind of ooky spooky way. Kind of goes as though he's going to kind of look at whatever Dom's doing, but then he's going to notice Ollie on the floor, think he's got this covered, and is just going to immediately down on his knees next to Ollie and is trying to check him over, trying to see what's going on. He's being very careful of the general scenario, the general situation, but he's trying to figure out what's the matter. Partially because Ollie's a key player, partially because Ollie is the only friend he's had in 30 odd years.
It's not particularly. I mean, it's not particularly good. I mean, it's just like it's just terrible all round. He took about 1 liter. It took about 1 liter of molten silver across his body. He didn't survive more than the first minute of entering the room. So werewolves, when they get to death, can rage to then come back out of it. The problem with molten silver is it's damage over time. So you rage to come back, and then immediately take damage with the silver again, and die proper.
So he's
Gone.
Altair just kind of sits back a little bit, and then we'll wait a moment, kind of to process, and then back to Dom. We'll just say, "Allow me. Don't dirty yourself on this scum."
I think Dom still holds him, so it looks over, and he sees Ollie like on the floor like that, and I think connects the dots, and will sort of loosen his grip, not to so he can flee, but like loosen his grip for Altair to take over or whatever he wants.
Altair kind of pushes himself up to stand, is gonna whip round, and just within seconds is at this guy's throat. Kind of this far away from him. You have no idea what you've done. Speak!
Hey. I did what I had to do.
You did what you had to do. You made an error. You've got 5 seconds to tell me everything you know. You're not leaving this room alive. Whether I have information or not is remarkably another day. So whether you tell me information or not is useless. But I recommend you tell me. I sincerely recommend you tell me, because otherwise it is going to be slow and... Stop laughing! He's my oldest comrade.
There's like a pen drop behind it. They don't work.
Squeezes his hand around his neck.
Okay, no. So I. Okay.
And
I was born.
oh, don't play, idiot.
At this point, you see him bleed. He's looking under it specifically. His eyes.
I shall too. I would also like to take a gander under the table.
You look under the table. An identical version of is under there, and it is currently on a timer. He's panicking.
Oh.
He knows that he's only got a couple minutes to leave here. Otherwise,
Well, in which case, she's gonna wander up behind the altar and basically of you have a minute to get your answers, and then you need to incapacitate this person, and we have to leave.
He just nods, he doesn't speak, he'll just give answers. Why?
She's gonna go to the computer while they're
I
doing the
I sort of cool okay when I was me. I said, them like, hey, we can show you ways of doing it. And they were really good at it. And they
Don't need to know names. I just need more up-to-date details. Where can I
they're
find?
not here. They're in Paris. They're
Searching for what?
searching for. They're hoping. They're
Quick.
hoping that they'll help that stupid woman. They shoot that woman who has them. They're duping her. They're trying to get her to lead them to, like, I don't know, leaders or something. Like, they're trying to, like,
Altez gonna side-eye Valerian as if to ask, "Can I?"
Oh, Valerian's not in the room unless all these
Oh,
lights
shit.
are smashed.
Lights are gone.
Oh, then Valerian has stepped in.
I can defuse it.
No, no. No.
Altair is just going to teeth around his throat, jugular straight.
Yeah, doesn't say a word. Doesn't even scream. There's just a lot of blood now.
Yeah, he's gonna follow him to the floor. He has gone a little bit feral. He is way too underpaid for this shit. He is done completely. There's just a head and a body and no neck left by the end of it.
Basically, Leto has been on the computer.
So, Wally is teleported here. The Acropolis now has a host server. You can now upload. So, you can look through this and you can take a copy. So, don't worry about having to get everything in one go. In a nutshell, what he says checks out. Unbeknownst to Quinn, they are posing as a country that is trying to get in touch. Under the guise of being told that when they come back, this lovely country will help reclaim what should have been hers. Aside from that, you download a copy of every safe house they have. There is about 17 in all. You also know where they keep their weapons. Pretty much anything you want to know about their network. It turns out that there can be, like, just like the Acropolis now has a survey, they're all booby trapped. You happen to now know the code to turn off said booby traps. If you wish, now that you know the code, you can turn off if you want.
Am I able to change the code?
Not from here, but you get the impression that from the workshop in the Tower of London, you probably could.
Cool. Note to tell everyone to leave now.
Yeah, I think Valerian points to Dom and then points to Ollie on the floor and just
He was already like, as you point, and he's already like, all like dropping them.
Love it.
Pick him up.
and then
Yeah.
once Altair comes by, he hands him the handkerchief from his breast pocket, and he goes, "You have a little."
Like he's got it all the way up
Absolutely,
here, just
but-
down. He'll take it, and we'll just kind of corner his mouth and then hand it back. His hands are shaking.
I think
He's just kind of put it on
I
autopilot.
think that Valerian will take Altair's hand and he goes, "Well done." And then he takes the handkerchief and pops it back in there, probably leaving a little stain on his wide suit. And then he ushers you out. And Leto hasn't made herself, hasn't shown herself, right?
No.
Then he just goes, "I hope you're following us."
No, I just thought I'd stay for the fiery death and stuff.
Sure. And he rushes down the stairs after everyone.
Yeah. I think once back by the hearse, Dom puts Ollie in the back of it, or rather, would look to book in the back and then look to Altair, and then says, "I'm sorry, your car gets used for what it's meant to be used for."
We have no other way. He's gonna take his coat off and kind of rest it in the back, and you get the feeling it's not a cleanliness thing, it's a respect marker. He doesn't want to put him just on the carpet. He wants him to put his body down on something proper. He just looks very disjointed for a while, because as much as he is an independent person, he has been attached to Ollie's side for 3 decades plus now.
So about 3.5 decades, maybe coming on like nearing 40.
Yeah.
You want me to drive? I drive a vintage. I'm careful.
No, I. Yes, sure. Yeah. I'll stay in the back.
Okay. Then he goes to the driver's seat. Or well,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing Valerian pops in. Leto, the bomb, what are you doing with it?
Nothing. I'm gonna let it go.
Awesome. As you see, this apartment go on just like 701 did. Explodes in a fireball. Unlike 701, it starts to burn. And over the next 40, 50 minutes as you're gone, this entire apartment block will burn to their walls. What you didn't see on the second floor, they stored napalm. Amazing. Homemade napalm. Third floor to be second, and then it just goes up in a fireball. So much so that the smoke plume that comes up the tower, that it's like visible to a good chunk of London for a brief second. Officially, no one caused that fire.
Good.
As every trace of the entire
Airport, there's people who live there and stuff, but like, yeah.
Where are you driving? Where is the destination?
I think,
I think he would have replied that he
Then
was
he
to go
would've-
home.
driven there, drop them off, so then the rest of us can get a taxi or something.
Yeah. Altair would have shuffled his head in his lap, just trying to wake him up. Like, he knows it's a useless endeavor, but he's still just kind of sort of stroke a thumb along his cheek, like trying to
So,
wake him
like,
up.
looking at him, you can like see the rage. Like the rage is almost like permanently imprinted. He's like there wasn't a moment where he gave up. It was just I have to go for one more second until there was just no more seconds left to give. Like it'll cool down, but he couldn't do it. Like he's a strong werewolf, yeah, but he's not in werewolf terms. He's not that strong. It's only a middle where he didn't have a pack. You know, he was very much isolated. Like, you know, there are consequences. And despite all the posturing, you know, I mean, it's quite ironic in one regard, survives numerous battles, Second World War, perfectly fine. Do I know Woman's the Moon? Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. You know Ollie. He knew what was on the other side of that door. He could sense the silk on the other side of the door. He knew. But he did anyway. He just went for it. You get home. You do have to fish his keys out. Pocket. To open the door because you left your own. Because hey, all
I think Dom would have offered if he could carry him up or not. If he wanted that.
I think Altair would have agreed. He doesn't particularly want to be on his
so he
own.
would have carried him up and like put him wherever needed. And then he said, "You can." First one, my number's in his phone. If you need someone to talk, or I can stay.
You have enough on your plate at this moment in time. I think that might be a
Okay. They came up with him, or they just wait downstairs.
At the door. Like, right by the door.
Okay, right by the door. Yes, I think he would. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So,
Yeah.
You guys threw him off without her because grieving and stuff, and she's like, "Okay, bye."
Okay. Yeah, I think Don would then go to her and be like, I'm gonna stay here for a bit, that's okay? For support.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I will come up for a second. Goes, I don't know, where did you place him? In his room? In upstairs? Or
Where would have Alta want to go? Like, that's more the...
he would have had him
Okay,
put in his
alright.
room, sort of get him comfortable almost.
Yeah.
Valerian would knock on the doorpost.
Yes.
Hi. But this is terrible. My condolences.
Accepted. My apologies we had to meet this way.
If you need anything or are looking for a place to be, the Acropolis is open to you. Presume you have my number, and I hope that you will stay in contact.
I aim to. I don't particularly have anyone else. I'll be in contact if you need anything.
And if you need us, then, well, we will get in contact with you if you do not hesitate. I have found out that you are a refreshing partner.
Thank you. I truly meant no ill intent in the beginning. It was... You have a good shot.
You have good manners. And he, looks at Dawn.
I'm just pretending like
Exactly.
I mean, I'm in a little
Exactly, they're good.
Yeah, I feel like I'll not quite in the jokey mindset, but get a little kind of smile out of it.
And then he just goes, I will leave Dawn with you, and stay to contact.
Ping Dom to let us know you get home safely.
Of course. And he turns around, he walks out the door, and with the camera on Valerian a little bit, you see him dab away some blood.
Oh, he doesn't feel
And then he heads it. And then he starts walking.
I mean, it's obviously a bit more back to the
He
complex
doesn't
at this
care.
point. While you're all in morning mode, where is Leto? What is Leto's little plan?
Not a penny. Waits long enough for it to explode and for them to drive off. But just before the napalm hits, so that she doesn't have to freak out smoke at some point.
Oh yeah.
She is heading straight for the Tower of London because she's just been informed that they're all on a code that she can change at the Tower of London, and that all of the other hunters are no longer present in London. And so she's like, I've got because Paris is not far away. And so she's like, I'm aware this email's been sent. I'm aware that I've got this opportunity. I need to go now.
Off. Force havoc. As best Leto can. The one thing that while you couldn't do properly, you knew they were there, you didn't know where they were. You do that the rest of the night. As the night kind of wraps up with Dom and Ollie, you get a text. Altair. Eventually, you don't recognize the number, but eventually it will be it's like, I know know staying in London might be a bit tricky right now with all the emotions and everything. How about a job?
He brings him.
Okay is not really the right word, is it?
What's the job?
And I need someone to keep an eye on another person in Bright.
What's the pay?
Double whatever you've been paid to kill my boss. Just don't tell him I said double. I'll make some funds disappear.
All right. Give me the details. I have business to attend to here for
Look,
a couple of days, but
deal.
no, this is my responsibility. He is not being alone.
That's fair. I'll forward over the details. It's not a difficult job. I'm 99.999% of your life. But for one of the people outside the coterie that the coterie trusts. And right now I need someone I can trust.
All right. You have me.
With the time, we need to make sure the hunters
Understandable.
don't get
You have my life on the line. Should anyone try and come for her, then
I'd
they'll have to
rather
go
not
through me
lose
first.
another line. Let's not go that far.
Good night, Marcus.
I am sorry. Good night.
Were you in the room or near Dom when you took this call? Because you said goodnight, Marcus.
Dom immediately bolts up.
I feel like the apartment isn't that
Yeah.
big. Altair was probably in the living room for a little
Yes, I might
bit.
have heard that. So Dom would hear something, be like, "Sup,
I have no
Marcus?"
time for
on the
games.
phone.
I've been sent to look after your mother.
Yeah, sure. Are you sure you were fit right now?
I don't want to be here right now.
Right.
I am going to deal with this. I'm going to make sure he's given a proper burial. And then I will go.
Under the least I can do is help the burial.
Deal.
You're like my mother, she's you have a lot of patience.
I will be on my best behavior. You have not met my mother.
As
Alright.
you do that, one final thing. Lita. The voice, the scratching at the back of your head. Dom, you receive a text from Logan. Get back. Tristan has woken up. He needs you.
Oh god. Fuck. think you would, yeah, I think it would be kind of torn because you said like, and you should, like, you didn't like stare at his phone for like a good like solid minute and just try to think. And then goes to look at like Ulta. It's like, I think I should help. Okay,
Go. I can handle it.
sure.
I enjoy graveyards. They're peaceful.
Sorry.
Build me a packed file for your mother.
Yeah, I'll give you some survival tips. It's fine. And we'll then go and leave.
Awesome.
Get a taxi.
And that is where we're going to wrap up.
Okay, I will say Altair is taking a little St. Peter's pendant from around Ollie's neck, and he's gonna keep it for himself.
Yeah. So for the record, I didn't just guess if it's okay if I kill Ollie. Because it was. I can't believe Bob died.
That yeah, you've just guaranteed the post on there. How dare you?
I mean, fuck, man. That's right.
My God.
Look, I came to the name, but yeah, we'll do that because actually it was going to be. It was going to be far worse. But no, we
Well, you could have killed me with silver.
I'm not going to say who it was. But, no. Hope everyone had fun. I hope everyone prepared and ready. It's like, just lean into it. There was reason. It's the closest you're going to get to a concept warning for me without giving away spoilers. The whole thing, like, it is going to be a really sad moment in a minute, but I can't tell you it's a sad moment because you'll then know something's going to happen.
That's what we always do during the Australian experience. So that's why I immediately default into okay, bye.
Survive, and he didn't.
There was a debate as to whether we
Yeah.
could leave him alive.
Yeah, there was a should leave him alive and get captured. Discussion towards the end with age, but then after that, just took damage again. Is why you never set vampires on fire either. Similar effect. I'm gonna let everyone do a quick sign off. Head off tonight.
Are we supposed to go like in reverse order or something? Like, no. Okay. Okay.
Cannot have nice things. That makes sense.
Oh, it's me. Alright. Yeah, I see how it is. And I am definitely human. You can find me literally anywhere at the Cuter Planets. I'm on pretty much every social media. Tomorrow you can find me in a new game that's been announced like as we were playing over at Pantsless Tables. We're playing D&D with Tan's wonderful world where I played it before. I played in the Onrush, and now we're playing 40 years in the future because the Onrush ended in a kind of apocalyptic event. So now we're gonna see how the world's like 40 years later. So yeah, that's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European time. So come watch. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, that's me.
That's you. Go on, Inez.
Hello everyone, my name is Inez, I use she, her pronouns, and I am your succubus girlfriend with your consent. this was a intense session. I can't lie. I got choked up when he died. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, it was a fun session though. Finally some aggression. Some yes. Finally.
Finally not on the back foot.
Finally. You can find me everywhere on the internet at xxsuccubusjeffxx or just succubusjeff. It's my favorite is everywhere. It's very easy to find me. Twitter and TikTok most active. Saturday there is a werewolf stream. However, I won't be there. But go check those out. They're very cool over at Lightfoot Rogue. But I do play in it. But I'm gone for this weekend. So I play as revealed. I play Lovetta, a werewolf who has an interesting clan that no one knows about. I'm ready to stir up chaos. Yes.
Plan pulled out of my ass.
Exactly. And then on Tuesdays we have another vampire stream over on Lightfoot Rogue as well, where I play Letitia and Diana. Kind of those two are the main characters. There are a couple more, but those are the main ones right now. And yeah, Kane has made his attack on Sydney, and now we are striking back. Let's go! I'm so excited. That's it for me. I think I love you very much. Please take care of yourself.
Go on, Magpie. I am sorry I killed off your OC of like 15 years.
Hi. Howdy, I'm Magpie. I bring the heartbreak apparently. Yeah, you can find me everywhere. I say everywhere. You can find me on X at Antique Horror. I haven't posted in a while, but I am active on there. I promise. What am I doing? Tomorrow on this channel, you can find us at 7:00 British Standard Time. I'm getting better at this. We are interviewing Lost Haven Art on his new project. I'm hosting it, and there will be less crying this time. And then the week after, we will be playing Stone Saga, which is his new game. And on the 2nd of August, you can find me over on D8 Dungeon. I am in the D8 Dungeon Mania. I'm playing Euthandrel. We are doing it to raise funds. And yeah. The day after, I will be on the To Me My X-Men game. It's a 9:00 start, so please be there to keep me awake. That's all I have to say. But
it's amazing how we've gone from Magpie has nothing to promote to Magpie now has stuff to promote. It's amazing what
Magpie's very tired.
Yay! We love seeing growth. We love seeing growth.
It's Friday tomorrow. It's my last day of work for the summer holidays. I am in holiday mode. I've got a lot of work to do, but I'm in holiday mode. Last but not least, we have Blue.
Hello, I'm Blue. You can find me on the internet under Sanguis Blue on most forms of social media. I've really enjoyed having Valerian pour the angry heart out at my character.
Shut the fuck up.
That was great. I loved it.
I love it when that happens.
It was so lovely. And I really enjoyed getting to not say it back. And just be like, okay, cool. You have to trust me. Deal with it.
And then you're like,
piggybacking off the D8 Dungeon charity stuff, very slowly we are dusting off the Roll for Good stuff, ready for Halloween hijinks in October. Obviously, it's quite early now. The reason why I'm telling you this is because we need more volunteers. So if you want to help out with raising money for charity via the TTRPGs that we play, then please do find Roll for Good on it's either on Twitter or on Instagram, and you can find our links to our Discord and you can join up there. We have lots of different things that you could do that could help us out. But yeah, please do that.
Seconded. I'm on the graphics team, so if you're good at graphics, come join.
Yeah, we've got graphics, we've got mods, we've got MCs, we've got producers. Yeah, there's a whole heap of stuff. We've got like promotion stuff. Any skill that you have, we can utilize, and we would love to have you on board.
I'm just there going, is there a challenge accepted to have a skill you can't utilize?
I'll work out a way.
I'm going to come and be the most useless person. I'm going to come and
I'll
be a
work
kid.
out a way. I will make it work.
No, you definitely should check them out. I got to play on one like 2 years ago. Oh god, it's 2 years ago. Oh, I've just had a thought. Shit, it's been 2 years ago. I'm getting old. I'm getting close to my birthday, so what you will see each week is me having a higher existential crisis. I'm getting older until my actual, which this year, God, our vampire stream falls on my birthday, and we're still going to stream. So that day, I'm going to be in full existential crisis mode because I will be 1 year older, and I will probably try and take it out on my players.
And we will have to have cake.
Yeah,
we will
exactly.
find cake. I will somehow airship cake to everyone.
Just source some form of red cake on the day. Job done.
Red cake. Oh,
it has to be
red velvet cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to be bloody.
Yeah.
So next week, so Magpie is going on a bit of a break, but we'll be back. 99% certain they'll be back. With probably a mentally changed Altair.
Cool.
I mean, look, if they were going to come back and join full time, I needed to make a way for them to join the coterie. What way better way to join the coterie than to kill all
And trauma.
Exactly. Look, there's two reasons I did that. One was it gave Altair a kind of reason to join a group. And two, it meant Dom can't have nice things.
So yeah, Dom's not okay about this in the slightest.
I spent too much going on. I spent 2 episodes creating a romantic relationship, knowing I was going to take it.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, good things don't last here. So
I was just there, like, do you think Ollie's like a bit too close? And it's like, no, it's fine. I can't tell you why.
This is going to end in heartbreak.
But no. So next week, we haven't got Magpie. Blue is off somewhere in a field, I think. I don't know which field, but look, check your fields. There could be a blue.
Check your field.
Check your field.
There could be a blue.
It's just me and Mark Kit, like.
Mom said it's my turn to play on the Xbox.
So we have a bit of a special episode because Apollo is also busy being a coach, which means we get a lovely Dom Val episode of dealing with an emotionally distressed Tristan.
Oh no!
More trauma.
More Malkavian time, baby.
I'm very interested in the POV of Valerian, who comes home, Tristan is awake, and he's screaming.
just a view of Valerian. I can't get rid of this shit, can I?
Exactly.
One Malkavian leaves, another enters.
Exactly. It's just like, this never stops.
Like a channel Leto.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, possession, that's the next thing.
Yeah, let's go.
What Tristan coming out being like, hey.
What generation is Tristan?
I want to say off the top of my head, I've got a sheet, I want to say 13th off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm probably not going to be able to do that.
No, he's not super old. But we're still going to the bottom how he was made.
True.
Or turned. Whoops. Spoilers. So we'll see you next week. Look after yourself. Don't melt in this heat. Please find a way to stay cool. And we will see you next week. Bye. Bye.